Shooting process for construction is something I sort of fell into. I had a friend call me years ago and they said, "Hey, we need a camera guy for Property Brothers." And I said, "Hey, I'm a camera guy." And it's really benefited our clients because I learned a lot on that project. 90% of what I learned on Property Brothers we brought to other projects within the company. Like working with Woolrich Renovations, we've actually had the ability to follow some of their projects step by step and record some really cool stuff and get some like really beautiful footage.
One of the things about process shooting projects from a post-production perspective is it's going to go one of two ways. Either it's going to be a nightmare for the editor to put everything together in some sort of sequence that makes sense to a viewer who isn't physically in that space to see how everything interacts, or it's going to run very smoothly and you're going to get something that is picturesque and beautiful. Thankfully, because I have Scott, I get the latter more often than the former.
Shooting process on construction is a little different than shooting anything else. Generally, when you shoot something, you don't want to film it again. You've seen it already. But when you're shooting process, you really need to film the same things as they go stage by stage, which it's a little learning curve for a videographer. But it really requires some long-term planning, both from the client side and on our side, just to make sure all our schedules line up, because the construction process is so crazy that the timelines are always changing. So you really have to have a variable schedule when working on a project like this.
As an editor of those kind of videos, I just have to make sure now, am I showcasing what needs to be featured from the client's perspective? With a client like Woolrich, they're so hands-on and willing to say, hey, these are the parts of this renovation that we're very proud of, and these are the parts that were really a challenge with us, and we want you to use all of that, which is just such a gift to us as creative people, because then we kind of get to stitch that story together.